Hello everybody, you're about to see a video clip of the New Jersey State Prison, Southwoods. The clip is an aerial view and the three buildings are in the shape of the letter K, so the three buildings read KKK. You might say maybe it's a coincidence, but from my research, I can definitely say that the staff have proclivities towards racism. I have been told by numerous people that the COs there wear gold fronts with KKK on it, and a lot of them have racist tattoos. Personally, I lost a friend of mine from a beating from the COs, and actually at one point the feds had to step in and take over. Well, enjoy my show on Southwoods tonight. Hey everybody, it's Matt Ray, this is State Raised. Now, I just showed you a clip, and that clip was from a prison Southwoods in New Jersey. I'm going to explain that clip to you later on in the show. Right now, I'm just going to tell you about some things that happened in Southwoods. The place was so messed up, I could go on for hours about all the police that were arrested there. But October 21st, 2019, a senior correction officer was sentenced to 3 years for smuggling opiates into the building. Senior correction officer got caught bringing a lot of heroin into the prison. How long do you think he was doing it before he got caught? And what else did he smuggle in there? You know? But now this one really got to me. February 2017, another senior officer was indicted for aggravated assault, hindering apprehension, hindering prosecution, and official misconduct. The inmate and a witness both described an unprovoked assault. Allegedly, the CO walked in the man's cell, and while the inmate was sound asleep, the CO repeatedly struck the inmate in the face and neck. He hit him so violently, the man lost his vision in one eye and the hearing in his ear. And like I said, he lost his hearing in one ear. His eardrum was perforated. Investigators spoke to witnesses who confirmed the attack. And not only did the CO try to cover it up, but he wouldn't let the man get medical attention for over 13 hours. So for 13 hours, that man had to sit there going blind in one eye, going deaf in one ear, sitting in a puddle of his blood. And every time the CO walked past, he made this guy clean up his own blood, kept washing his face, and just, that's torture, you know? So thank God this cop got caught. Thank God there was a witness. And like I said, this is just 2-3 stories that I'm telling you. When I checked this out on the computer, it just kept going on and on and on and on. One of my friends was killed by the COs in there. My friend Man B from Jersey City, he got beaten to death by the cops over there. You know, so this place is no joke. No joke. This is one place I would not want to go. And it's still right now fucked up like it was back then. You know? That actually brings me to this story. I have a friend of mine named TJ. He was a skinny white kid, but he was tall. And when he went there, he blew up. I mean, he was huge. He was huge. And he told me that there was a CO there, didn't like how much weight he put on. And he was telling me it's called intimidation. If the CO feels like you're getting too big, they're like, listen, you get 1 meal a day, pick it, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And that's what they did. They put my friend in lockup for 30 days. Fake charges, you know, said he was talking back to a CO. And for that whole 30 days, he was only allowed 1 meal. The CO only let him get breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whichever one he chose, until he got his weight back down to where the CO felt, you know, like, all right, now I could hurt the kid if I want to, you know? Shit like that is insane. This prison, Southwoods, is horrible. Horrible. One of my close friends that I grew up with, Jay, he was actually one of the first inmates in Southwoods when they opened the prison. I spoke to him the other day. I asked him if he'd let me interview him on the show, and I think it's going to happen maybe next week or the week after. And get him on the show, and he's going to tell you all about Southwoods, how it was. You know, he came home all right, thank God, you know, thank God, because you're not promised getting out of there. Even if you have a date, you're not promised coming home from Southwoods. You know, so many people, so many inmates were killed in that prison, it's insane. I told you every show was going to try to give you some tips from a criminal attorney, right? So, movies and TV taught us that the cops have to read us our rights while they're arresting us. That is completely not true. It's a myth. The only time they have to read us our rights is when they're going to interrogate us. So all that, when you get arrested, you didn't read me my rights, I'm going home. It's not true. They do not have to read you your rights. The only time they're going to have to read you your rights is when they question you, when they're going to interrogate you. That's the only time. Here's another tip. Never, ever empty your pockets for a cop on the street. Because the second you empty your pockets, you just gave that cop consent to search you now. If you're on the street, if you're not under arrest and the cop says, empty your pockets, no, I'm not emptying my pockets. Because the second you do, now he's allowed to go in your pockets and search your body. At the police station, if you're under arrest, if you do get arrested, then that's a different story. But on the street, before you get arrested, never, ever, ever take the stuff out of your pockets. Because right there, he has every right to go in your pockets, check you completely. So remember, if a cop says empty your pockets, this is my last tip today. This one is crazy. This one's nuts. When he told me this, I couldn't believe it. But check this out. Anytime you're driving and the cop pulls you over, when he gets out of his car and he's on his way to walk up to your window, every single cop, they do this. They touch the back of your trunk. Every single time. The reason he's touching the back of your car is to leave his fingerprints on the car. So let's say you peeled off and left, and then, oh, it wasn't me, I don't know what you're talking about. That officer's prints are right on the back of your trunk. They have a certain spot that they always touch on the car. So it doesn't matter. You can't say, well, oh, I wasn't there. It must have been another car. Because now his DNA and his fingerprints are right on your trunk. Tell me that isn't crazy, bro. When I couldn't believe it. And now, if you think about it, every time a cop comes up, they're always like running their hands along your trunk, seeing your lights, looking at your license plate. And they're cowards are actually putting their fingerprints on your car. Now, I know personally, I pulled off on him twice, and I didn't get caught. I was at a red light, and a regular black and white pulled up behind me, and I seen him getting out, and I waited for him to get close to my door. And so he got close to my door, boom, I hit drive, and I took off, and he smacked the back of my trunk. And never even thought about it until finally I heard this tip. So now, if a cop ever comes up to you and touches your trunk, and then you peel off, first thing you do is get a towel, wipe his prints off, wipe the back of your trunk, the whole back of the car, and make sure those prints are gone, because their tactics are nuts. Tell me that isn't crazy.